Welcome to Planit Butter, my world where I hopefully inspire you to build yours by being Intucentric, an immersive experience. Every episode is designed to provoke consciousness through entertaining perspectives and applied Intucentric philosophy. Episodes are recorded in a variety of international locations as we explore new ways of applying and relating Planit Butter's Intucentric way to Earth's current society, with occasional guest episodes where we visit other worlds and learn something cool. Thanks for joining me in episode 107, where we're going to have a little boogie with the concept of dumbing it down. We don't believe in dumbing it down on Planit Butter. We believe in smartening up. As always, email me any questions you have about your world or Planit Butter's life approach. myplanettoyours@gmail.com. myplanettoyours@gmail.com. All right, guys. So, dumb it down, they say. Smarten up, we say. On Planit Butter, we believe in the brains of society, and we'd like for you to use them. So, we don't dumb things down. We simplify to the best of our ability, but we do not dumb it down. The other day, somebody asked me to explain Planit Butter in one word. So I said, Intucentric. And they said, well, what does that mean? Tell me like I'm 5. Guys, if you put a 5-year-old here, which now I would love to do, I would love to have a 5-year-old on the show. If you've got a 5-year-old, send them my way. I would talk to them like the human they are, with the intelligence they have, with the potential available to them. I would keep it simple, but I would not dumb it down. I would encourage them to use their brain because they are smart. So we would teach them the new words like Intucentric, which we define on Planit Butter as leading with our intuition while prioritizing self-control and self-expression. What it essentially is the collaboration between taking responsibility for our ego and our intuition. How we do it is through 3 core concepts: the 3 core methods, self-friendship, and the Planit Butter jet ring of consciousness. And then we break down those 3 things. 3 core methods: boundaries, confidence, alignment. Self-friendship, the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. The Planit Butter jet ring of consciousness is our cycle for decision making. Intuition, sensations, action, sensations again. Those 3 core concepts work together simultaneously in accordance with you and your life and your readiness and your willingness to break down your mental architecture, your willingness to play with your mind. Perspective dance. Everything. Meaning play with different viewpoints. Look at things in an inverse, inside out, upside down, diagonal, whatever way. And at its core, it's evolving into your ideal self. And with a 5-year-old, with anybody, I would want you to slow me down and say, tell me what you specifically aren't understanding, or a specific context where you'd like to apply this. Much like last week's episode, or the episode on something about, I think, perspective dancing with romantic something. I think episode 97. Basically, when you guys write into the show and I have something to play with to better assist you in your Intucentric way, that's where we thrive, because Planit Butter is my Intucentric way, and the only way for me to continue to simplify and encourage you to quote unquote smarten up is for you to take your turn and embody and practice your Intucentric way. That's why on the back of my new book, Intucentric, Becoming a New Breed of Human Potential, on the back of that book, I'm inviting you to play a game where I massage your brain, show you cool art, and make you giggle along the way. And I designed the book to be read forwards, backwards, or one random page at a time. Because, guys, it's your book. It's your turn. And I preface it as a game because life is fun. Society is the game. Life just is. And what we can do together is cultivate this new society by expanding ourselves, becoming this new breed of human potential. You in your Intucentric way, me in my Intucentric way. I think what trips people up is when I present Planit Butter, they say they want to get it. And it's like, it's not something to get. It's something to visit. It's immersive. You visit Planit Butter and then off you go, your world, your way, your Intucentric way. You will get Planit Butter when you practice your Intucentric way. Planit Butter doesn't exist for you to understand it. Planit Butter exists for you to use me to build you. Use my brain to enhance your life. Use my concepts to enhance your life. What is Planit Butter? It's a social impact movement. It's a movement. It's a shift in the curve. Some people say they're ahead of the curve. Yeah, we're not ahead of the curve. We're shifting the curve, which is by default ahead of the curve. But the framing is shifting the curve. Shift it with me. Take your turn, your Intucentric way. I will not dumb it down. You are smart. Your Intucentric way. So, it's your turn. I'm so excited for you to take your turn in this game. And the other thing is, I think what might be tripping some people up is that, and again, this is rooted in a conversation that I had this week of somebody asking me, describe Planit Butter in one word, Intucentric. Then they said, say it like I'm 5, right? And it's like, well, if you were, I might change the pace that I explain things to you, but I won't dumb it down. The concepts are clear. Everything is clean, clear, simple, and can be applied to everything and everyone on this earth. We just need to chat about it. So that's why it's your turn. That's why, yeah, that's it. It's your turn. It's your turn. You are smart. The more you understand yourself, the more you will understand Planit Butter. And in fact, you never need to understand Planit Butter, but you can forever visit it and still never understand it. And in fact, I prefer that because the less you understand, the more you have to learn. Yeah? Just keep practicing, keep practicing. I'm still practicing. I'm forever practicing. Planit Butter is my embodiment of my Intucentric way. I've simplified the concepts in a way for me to perpetually build Planit Butter through my own concepts. So perhaps some of the confusion is I'm being it and doing it as I'm sharing it. It's one, and it's nonlinear. And I'm breaking that mental model of linear thinking with these concepts. Like I said, those 3 concepts, it's not this, then that. It's circular, it's cyclical, and it's nonlinear. So it is what it is, and it's for you to find out. What you get out of it is what you put into it, right? That's something society says. I believe in you guys. I believe in us. This is a team effort. Team effort, guys. Me and you together. So Planit Butter is my art form. The peanut butter dimension of art and philosophy. And it's your fucking turn. That's it. Those are the concepts. Apply them forever. I give you a bajillion perspective dances for everything. I show you how. I break them down through my books. Well, this one is an embodiment, so you could just watch what to say to embody boundaries, confidence, and alignment, and a little adventure. And then that one breaks down the hows. And this show is kind of like, it's a mixed bag of tricks, right? It's this immersive experience of me telling you what's on the top of my mind, what's glaring in my Intucentric experience, to then share with you through my own embodiment. So sometimes it'll be like last week's episode where we did the perspective dance with hard truths. A viewer wrote in and we answered their question about how to face hard truths, how to digest and process and metabolize and understand and move through hard truths with the challenging feelings that they face, that we all face when we experience these hard truths. And so I took that and I applied it through being Intucentric and offered perspectives and directives and actionable ways of how to effectively move through those hard truths. So we can do this together. I love when you guys write in like that. And then there's sometimes those episodes where we do the story time episodes, and I have some lived experience that's more of a story that I then break down and I say, this is how I handled it. These are the concepts that were applied as I handled it. And other times it's the guest episodes where we learn something cool. And episodes like this is when I'm just having this, my own Intucentric experience of vulnerability and transparency of I don't feel like I have anything to say right now, because right now what I'm feeling is, wow, it's your turn. Like, it's your turn, and I'm so excited for you to practice being Intucentric and continue practicing being Intucentric. But the phrase that just landed with me was, wow, it's your turn. Because of this conversation where the gentleman asked me to say Planit Butter in one word, and it's like forever and ever Intucentric. And everything I say does invite more questions, because you're not going to get it in one word until you immerse and practice for yourself. It's your turn. Planit Butter is simplified into a variety of its multi-dimensions, but it will never be dumbed down, and it will always invite you to smarten up, to expand into your greatest potential, to your ideal self. It's about you and your evolution. I'm just putting mine on display and conceptualizing the most beneficial architecture of my display in a conceptual framework for you to apply. And this podcast is me doing that. So again, I don't have much else to say. We don't dumb it down. We smarten up. You are smart. And if you've got a 5-year-old, send them my way because I would love to put that on display. Because a 5-year-old, guys, a 5-year-old, I don't have to work as hard to break their mental framework as I do with an adult. This guy was mid-30s. I don't have to work as hard to break the mental framework to a 5-year-old, because a guy in his 30s saying, tell me it like I'm 5, is assuming a 5-year-old doesn't have the capacity to understand much. But really, the 30-something-year-old blocks their capacity to understand to the depth that I'm inviting them to understand, because They want to feel like they get it because of their life experience and their confidence and their mental structuring and framework that they've cultivated. So they want to feel like they get it so they can move on. But Planit Butter, you don't move on, you work with forever because it's your Intucentric way. Planit Butter is timeless. So a 5-year-old would be phenomenal because a 5-year-old will be open-minded. They will be curious with lots of questions. They will be honest about what they don't specifically understand, what they want to understand. They will be honest about examples in their life. They will be willing to engage in the conversation at the higher level because they're not here to, they wouldn't be here asking about Planit Butter as a means of moving on. They like, there's something about adults, like they want to get it just so they can be like, oh yeah, I know what that is, and dismiss it. I don't know what that's about. Or it's like, because they just want to box it. Planit Butter is not a traditional business that you can box. You can't box it. So people assume whatever they assume, or they write it off, or they make assumptions instead of expanding their world and applying what I'm offering. They're busy focusing on me and my world not fitting into their framework, but I don't need my world to fit into their framework. I need their world to open up to my framework so that their framework can shift around a little bit so they can expand and evolve at a more ideal frequency for their existence so that they are more free in their way of operating and more fluid in their flow with the universe. We can get to the kids sooner, I think. Anyway, guys, it's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn. I've got nothing else to say today because it's just been racking my brain that, wow, it's their turn. It's your turn. And I'm so excited for you. Check out my books, my publication, my art on planitbutter.com. And I'll see you Thursday for another surprise of where my Intucentric way will bring us next week, next Thursday. See you Thursday for episode 108. This has been episode 107. I will not dumb it down. You are smart. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for visiting Planit Butter. From my planet to yours.